Hey guys, welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 22 here on GM Games. My name is Aaron, host of Around the World Sports, and this is the Colorado Rockies. So we are at May 1st, 2026. This is the start of year number 6 for us. We are a month into the season, and just a quick recap. So we took over here in 2021. 54 and 108, 68 and 94, 83 and 79, 99 and 63. So 4 straight seasons of improved play, followed by, one of the most unluckiest seasons ever, I guess. I don't know, 81 and 81 last year, but we've bounced back here early with a 20 and 7 mark, tied for first place with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we're going to have to keep playing kind of this level of baseball if we want to keep up pace with the Dodgers, who I believe have won every World Series except for one in this playthrough. So we took over in 2021. Dodgers won in 2021, the Indians in 2022, and then the Dodgers are the 3-time defending World Series champions. So we're hoping to put an end to that this year. So far, so good. Offense continues to plug away like they always do, but the pitching staff, for the first time, at least through a month, is doing a really nice job. 3rd in ERA for the starters, 3rd in bullpen ERA, and we are 2nd in runs against. And on the mound for game number 1 is Jack Leiter, who so far he was the National League Pitcher of the Month in April, and so far on the year 4-0 with a 1.19 ERA, 35 strikeouts, 6 walks in 30 innings. Things have started to click for the 26-year-old Leiter, our very first-round draft pick. So let's get right into the schedule. We're going to get through May and June today is the plan. And again, as I mentioned previously, and as is pretty clear as evidenced by the fact that this is posted on Sunday, no live stream tonight. We are having a graduation party for my oldest daughter who graduated college, and I don't know what time that's going to end, and I don't want to miss a video. So you guys get pre-recorded this week. Hopefully I'll be back live starting next week. So let's start the sim. Game 1 is a 3-2 loss. So Leiter, did he pick up his first loss of the year? He does not. It goes to Reed Detmers, who gives up his first run of the year. Drew Jones homers. Okay. Well, 20 and 8. Game number 2 against the Nationals is an 8-2 victory, so we bounce back nicely. Connor Falefa, a couple hits, couple runs scored. Jose Ramirez, a couple RBIs. Drew Jones, a couple of RBIs. Ben Guess goes 7 strong to pick up the victory. Can we take the series? 2 out of 3 in Washington. 3-0 shutout, so continued solid pitching. Ramirez homers. We get 6 1/3 shutout out of Patino, Medina, Gonsolin, and Foley lock it down. So 2-1 so far here in May. Let's keep going against Cincinnati. Another win, this time 6-5. And if we keep winning, I won't look at every single box score because these episodes will take forever. But I was a walk-off winner as Foley blows his first save of the year. But we get a walk-off hit by Joe Adell in the 9th. Glasnow pitches okay, 3 runs in 5. Gallo hits his 9th, drives in 4, and we are 3-1 so far in May. Game 2 against Cincinnati, it's a 9-5 loss, and Game 3 against Cincinnati, can we take the series, is a 4-0 win. So we're 24-9 right now, who got the start in this one. So Wesniak hits a 3-run homer. Leiter only pitches 4 1/3 innings. I got hurt. Back spasms. Okay. Well, he 4 1/3 innings of 1-hit baseball. Mercartier, Smith, Detmers, Gonsolin pitch 4 2/3 shutout ball. Smith pitches an inning to pick up the win. So not great that Leiter got hurt, but at least it's not a long-term injury. Joe Adell hits his 10th home run of the year. We are 24-9. Which is good for, well, we're tied with the Dodgers again for first place in the NL West. 3 games at Milwaukee. So we'll get to here, and then we'll just do a brief overview, and then we'll keep going. I don't want to dive too deeply into the stats after only a week. So game 1 at Milwaukee. It's an 11-1 victory. And I can't help but continuing to look at the box scores. I know I said I wasn't going to, but 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Wozniak, 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Veen. Drew Jones, did he homer again? His 3rd home run of the year. We had 4 in the game. And Ben Guest pitches another solid 7 2/3 innings. Game number 2 at Milwaukee is a 4-3 victory. So 6-2 so far this month. Wozniak homers again. He is on fire. Ramirez homers and Henao homers as well. Patino goes to 5-1. Can we pick up the sweep? We do. 2-1. So 4 straight wins, and we are 7-2 here in the month. 27-9 are the Colorado Rockies. Glasnow goes 4 1/3 shutout. He gets hurt, hamstring, but he's only out for a day. Again, bullpen came in, got the job done. That's 4 2/3 innings of 1-hit baseball out of our bullpen. And now we have a huge 3-game series coming up against the Los Angeles Dodgers. We are 27-9. We signed all of our minor league free agents. So that was last month. All right. So we are 27-9. I believe we're tied for first place. We are a game up on the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have Kershaw, DeGrom, and I don't know who's going in game 3. Who is going for us? Looks like we've got Dunn, Leiter, and Guess. And Dunn has really not pitched well, so hopefully he can turn it around here at home against the Dodgers. Game 1 is a 6-0 victory. Leiter's still suffering from back spasms. Let's look at the box score first before I have to make a decision. So Drew Jones, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, hits a home run. Jose Ramirez hits his 9th. And Dunn goes 7 shutout. Very nice. All right, so what do I want to do with Leiter? Do I want to put him on? I think I want to put him on the DL. I don't want to run the risk of this getting worse. So we put him on the DL, and then who do we call up? Do we call up Denny or do we call up Parker? I think we have to call up Denny because Parker is tired and won't be. Do I have another starting pitcher who can go today? Yeah, it's got to be somebody who can start today. So it's got to be Denny. Minimal influences. I think I'm going to let him pitch through it. This might be a mistake, but I think I'm going to try to let him pitch through it. Let's see what happens here in game 2. It's a 6-5 win. So he didn't pitch, which means they aren't pitching him. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so Leiter's supposed to pitch today. So we win again. We win 6-5. Kiner Falefa 3 for 3. Scored twice. Ramirez 3 RBIs. Gallo knocks in a couple, hitting 270. Guess goes 5. Smith blows the save. Detmer, Gonsolin, and Foley get it done. Can we sweep the Los Angeles Dodgers? Let's see. We've won 6 in a row. Make it 7. A 10-5 win and a sweep of the Dodgers to improve to 30-9 on the year. Arias goes 2 for 4, 3 runs knocked in. Jones 2 for 4, that average up to 256. Drew Romo hits a 2nd home run of the year. And Jack Leiter goes 5, even with those back spasms. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. He strikes out 10. Improves to 5-0 on the year with a 1.35 earned run average. So things are going well for the Rockies so far this season. Let's get through this series in Miami, and then we'll pause, and then there are no changes we're going to need to make. We are just on fire as we win our 8th in a row, a 3-2 win over the Marlins. Patino goes 6 shutout. Again, bullpen gives up a couple of runs, but Patino moves to 6-1 on the year. Arias 4 for 4. Kiner Falefa 3 for 5. No power out of Kiner Falefa at all, but he's getting on base at a 350 clip at the top of the order, so I'm not going to complain too much. Can we win our 9th in a row here at Miami? No, it's a 7-2 loss. And game 3 down in South Florida is a 6-1 win. So we are 12-3 this month, 9-1 in our last 10, 20-7 in April, 12-3 here in May, 32-10 on the season. Wozniak 2 for 3, 3 runs knocked in. Arias 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Romo 2 hits and an RBI. Dunn pitches his second outstanding game in a row, going 8 2/3 innings. We are 32-10. We have the best record in baseball and a 3-game lead over the San Diego Padres now, who have moved into second place. The Brewers 22-20. So the rest of the National League is basically 500 outside of the Rockies, Padres, and Dodgers. That's crazy talk. In the American League, very balanced. AL East, 2-game spread. The Central and the West have 1 game separating first and third, and then 2 games separating first and fourth out west. So Jack Leiter leads the majors in ERA. He's second. He's tied for second in wins with Guess. Patino leads the league in wins. Leiter's second in WAR. Foley's second in saves. Nobody offensively, surprisingly. I hesitate to say that. I mean, we're still first in runs scored, and we're first in runs against right now, if you can believe that. It's only a month and a half, but so far we have solved the mystery of the pitching staff. So yeah, we don't have anybody hitting over 300, which is a bit of a surprise. Wozniak was a 300 hitter last year. Veen hit 320. Yeah, so we don't have any 300 hitters. But we still have the top batting average in the National League. We still have a little bit of money. I don't know what... we don't need to make any deals, so we're just going to keep simming along. But when we get to the end of May, we'll take a look and see if there's potentially any part of our lineup that we need to improve. And then we'll look at the trade block, because we've got money and we've got prospects. So now we have 3 games at home against Atlanta. First game is a 9-6 win. So we continue to stay hot when the pitching struggles. The offense picks it up. Joe Adell 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Luke Lito drives in 3. I thought maybe that was his first big league homer, but he hit that one previously. 3 runs knocked in for Lito. Ben Guess picks up the win, even though he gave up 5 and 5. Medina, Bennett, Detmers, Foley get the job done in relief. Game 2 at home is an 8-6 win this time, so continue to get the job done. Henao out of the leadoff spot this time, 4 for 5, 2 RBIs. Ramirez clobbers his 12th home run of the season. Zach Veen, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Shea Langelier gets a couple of hits, including a home run. Leiter, in his first bad outing of the year, can't get through 5 to pick up the win, but Mercartier, Smith, Detmers, Foley back him up. We win again. And we look for the sweep here against Atlanta. And we get it, a 9-1 win. Wozniak 3 for 4, 5 runs knocked in. Adell got that average up to 320 on the year with 3 more hits. Patino picks up his league-leading 7th victory of the season. Duplantier and McCartier lock it down. They both have had pretty good months. I believe they were meh in April, but so far in May, they look pretty good. 35-10 as we take on the Arizona Diamondbacks in the desert. Game 1 against the D-backs. It's a 5-0 victory. Look at all that green. 16-3 here in May. 5-0 win. Gallo 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. Average is slipping a bit, but still hitting 250 with some power. Arias hits his 9th home run. Glasnow goes 5 shutout. Duplantier and Lito. Perfect 4 innings of relief there. Game number 2 as we look to win game number 6 in a row. It's a 5-1 win. We are just steamrolling the competition this year. Jamison Hanna comes in hitting .355. I had mentioned that maybe his days were numbered, but he's getting it done again in that backup outfielder role. Ju Jones is starting to hit, folks. He's up to .280 on the year. 4 home runs, 19 RBIs, 10 doubles, playing very, very good out in center field. Right field still needs some work, but that's fine. And Dunn pitches well again, improves to 5-2, 1 run over 5 2/3. So 37-10 as we look for the sweep of Arizona. An 11-1 victory. Guys, this is becoming laughable. Kiner Falefa, 4 for 5, 3 RBIs. Arias hits his 10th. Guess pitches and picks up the... Oh, he can't get through 5. He throws 100 pitches in 4 2/3 innings, only giving up 1 run. We had a 10-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th, and Guess couldn't make it through 5 to pick up the win. McCartier picks up the win. Medina goes 3 perfect innings for the save. Jones, Kiner Falefa, Ramirez, Veen, and Arias all homer. So we're home for 3 games against Chicago. So let's get through the end of May here and recap. First game against the Cubbies is a 6-5 victory. How long have I been going for? Yeah, we're fine. Gallo, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Did Veen get hurt? Yeah, he did. Zach Veen got hurt. That's a problem. Leiter goes 6, gives up 4, strikes out 10. Foley picks up the win as we score 3 in the bottom of the 9th. What happened in the bottom of the 9th? So leadoff walk to Kiner Falefa. Wozniak strikes out swinging. Ramirez doubles. Gallo singles in Kiner Falefa and Ramirez. Adele strikes out. Hannah singles. Drew Romo walks. Look at that at bat by Drew Romo. And then Angel Hanau, a wild pitch, scores the winning run. All right, I'm going to save it before this blows up and our 18-3 month or whatever goes away. I mean, normally the July episode takes a little while because we got to make some deals and we got to figure out how to improve the team. But at this rate, I don't see that there's anything that we really need to do. Let's get through game 2 here against Chicago. An 11-3 victory. Still no word on Zach Veen. It's a little concerning, but Wozniak 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Joe Adele, 3 RBIs. Luke Leiter with a pinch hit 3-run home run in a 6-run 7th inning. Glasnow. So Leiter has a pinch hit home run. Or it's not a pinch hit home run. They just let him bat for himself. And he picks up the save going 2 2/3 innings and hits his 2nd home run of the year. Glasnow moves to 5-3. So we look for the sweep and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our 10th win in a row and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Our 18th win in our last 19 games if we can sweep the Cubs here. 18-1 in our last 19, and that's the first ding of the year is Zach Veen goes down for 6 weeks with a strained groin, so we have to make a move here. And I think we're going to go with, do we go with Pacheco or Wagner? Who's hitting better right now? 845, Pacheco. Yeah, we're going to go with Isaac Pacheco, the young player we picked up in the offseason. And who's going to play? Who's going to play? I think we stick Drew Jones out there and let him. He's going to be our starter. And then Pacheco is actually, you know what? No, because we're going to just start Drew Jones. So Pacheco will go down, and we're going to call up Wagner. Because he's less of a quote-unquote prospect, I think. And, yeah, I want to do that. I want Pacheco to continue to just get playing time down in AAA. And, I mean, they're both 23, but Pacheco seems to be the better prospect. So we'll get Wagner up. Wagner will back up in left, and then Hannah, obviously, in center and right. Okay, so let's look at the box score for this one. Kiner Falefa, 3 hits. Wozniak, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's only at 276 this year. Well, I guess, that makes sense with his contact where it is. Ramirez, get that average up over 300. Adele's now up over 300. Dunn continues to pitch well in May. Averages up, or his record is up to 6-2. Foley with his 17th save. And we just continue to get it done. So let's see if losing Veen here is going to affect us at all as we go into this series with the Padres, we've won 10 games in a row. Oh, I love this. We are 41-10, and we only have a 3-game lead. As we've won 10 in a row, the Padres have won 13 in a row. They have the best pitching staff, the second best offense. We have the best offense, second best pitching staff. This is going to be World War III here. Game number 1 in San Diego is a 6-1 win. So we put the hammer down in game 1. Top of the order, fantastic. 2 hits for Kiner Falefa, 2 hits for Wozniak, 3 hits, 3 RBIs for Ramirez, 3 hits, 2 RBIs for Adele, 2 hits and a run knocked in for Romo. Patino picks up the win. He's 8-1 with a 2.40 ERA. We beat up Mackenzie Gore. We are 42-10. Game number 2 in San Diego is a 6-5 loss. We give up 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's a rough one. Carter Smith is getting himself beat around this year a little bit, which isn't good. Wozniak and Ramirez homer. 42-11. We look to take the series and increase our lead to 4 in the NL West. Can we win the 3rd game? We can't. We get shutouts. We lose 2 in a row. 3 runs in the 8th inning. So we're 42-12. The Padres are 40-14. 2 games behind us now. Leiter gives up 1 unearned run in 7 1/3 innings. Oof. So a Wozniak error led to 3 unearned runs in the 8th. All right, well, we have 2 games here against the Giants. Let's finish up May strong with a 3-2 victory. I'll take it. Hanau drives in all 3 runs. 2 for 3, 3 knocked in. Arias scored a couple of runs. Glasnow picks up his 6th win of the year, striking out 12. Let's see what happens here on May 31st. Can we finish the month with a victory? We do. We win 9-8, and we are 44-12 through 2 months. So another walk-off winner. Dunn struggled. Bennett struggled. All of our pitchers struggled in this one except for Detmers. Picks up the win. We get a home run from Gallo, his 12th. He's got his average up to 2.8. Joey Gallo's hitting 287 this year with a 610 slugging. Joe Adele, 2 hits, 4 runs knocked in. Wozniak, 2 hits, 3 runs scored. Cool. All right. So let's look at all the mail, and then we'll look at our stats, and then we'll get through June. Jose Ramirez has 300 home runs on his career. Very nice. Player development. Leiter got a little worse, but that's fine. Glasnow got better. Romo got better. Defensively, Wozniak got better. Lito got a little worse. Kiner Falefa got better. Hanau got better. Veen continues to drop a little bit, which is concerning. But he's still cheap and he's still productive. So Drew Jones got better. Cole Wagner got better. Gallo got worse. Cademan Parker got better. He's not long for AAA. Actually, 5.81 ERA. He needs to show a little bit more before we call him up. Denny got better. He's been fantastic in AAA. He'll be up next season, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I mean, it's great having these types of problems. Elijah Hamill hitting well in AAA. Prospect we don't talk about very often. Isaac Pacheco is now down to 2 stars, 3 stars, because I think he's classified as a left fielder now, but he's hitting the cover off the ball. Yeah, and that's it. All right, so Trevor Story wins the AL Batter of the Month. Old friend Trevor Story with the Twins. Mick Rodolfo in the National League. AL Pitcher of the Month, Richard Urena. Adolfo is the Hitter of the Month. AL Pitcher of the Month is Cruz Newman. Louis Patino is the NL Pitcher of the Month, as he is 8-1 with a 2.40 ERA. He was 5-0 with a 1.11 ERA in May. Rookie of the Month, Cruz Newman, and in the National League, Evan Ciari. All right, so let's dive into these stats really quickly, and we'll start with pitching. Look at these pitching ratings, guys. Our team is loaded. All right, so where do we begin? Jack Leiter, 5-1 with a 2.37 ERA, and he's pitched, he hasn't been, I wouldn't say he's been lucky. I mean, you look at his FIP at 2.59. His BABIP is a little low, but I mean, he's given up less than, he's given up 0.6 home runs per nine. He's only walking 1.7. He's got a 6-2 walk to strikeout ratio. Opponent's hitting just a $196. He's been, I mean, obviously he's been fantastic. Glasnow 6-3, quite a nice rebound from last season. 12.3 strikeouts. The walks are down. Home runs are down. Glasnow has been the definition of an ace this year, as is Louis Patino, the pitcher of the month in the National League in May. 8-1 with a 2.40 earned run average, 3.01 FIP. Yeah, no complaints there at all. He's not giving up any. 2 home runs in 63 innings. Ben Guess has had a fantastic sophomore year. Throwing him in there and just sink or swim, he has been terrific. 6-2 with a 3.62 ERA. No real complaints. I'd like to see him maybe strike out a few more, but I'm not gonna complain with those numbers. And then Justin Dunn had a difficult April, and a much better May. 2-1, 5.79 in April, 4-1, 3.35 in May. 3 home runs in 37 innings versus 8 in 32. He has bounced back quite nicely. Our starting rotation has got to be the best in baseball. It has to be. Reed Detmers, another hot start. Hopefully he doesn't fall apart like he did last season, but only 10 hits in 20 innings, 0.87 ERA. Opponents hitting 141 against him. Jason Foley, as our closer, has done great work. 17 saves already. Adonis Medina has bounced back after a couple of difficult seasons. His rookie year with us was very, very good. 7-2 with a 2.76 ERA, pitched in a league-leading 86 games. But the last 2 years have been rough. This year, he has done good work. Gonsolin's been good. Carter Smith is really the only pitcher on our roster who's struggling. And the stats indicate that he shouldn't be. I mean, you just look at his ratings, his pitches, the fact that he's an extreme ground ball pitcher. I don't even really know where it comes from. I mean, he's probably walking too many. I mean, 10 walks in 20 innings is probably too much, but only 2 home runs and only 20 hits. So if he can cut back on the walks, I think he'll be fine. And remember, he hasn't pitched higher than AA. So skip AAA. We can probably switch him from use more often back to normal usage, and we can bump Medina up to use more often, I guess. Luke Lito has done fine in, kind of that 14th man role. Struck out 12 in 13 innings. Too many home runs, 4 home runs in 13 innings, but, whatever. McCartier and Duplantier were both my swing guys who, they don't pitch they pitch in games that are mostly decided. And look at those opponent averages, 161, 162. And then Jackson Bennett, this is kind of, I sort of assumed that this would happen with him. He's got really good control, good stuff, 3 good pitches, but he doesn't have terrific movement, and he's an extreme fly ball pitcher. So 6 home runs in 19 innings is not a surprise. That number's got to come down, or he's just not going to be an effective member of the bullpen. But yeah, I mean, so far so good out of our pitching staff. I mean, I wouldn't say completely unexpected just based on their ratings and whatnot, but yeah, they've been good. And then offensively, we continue to play well. Ramirez, a 2.1 WAR, 12 home runs. He's on pace for what's that, a 35 home run season? 35 and 107, due for 6 WAR, which would be quite a nice bounce back season after last year. And I mean, even last year he put up 3.5 WAR, but nice bounce back year for him. Nice bounce back year specifically for Joe Adell, who's on pace for over 5 WAR, 38 home runs, 120 RBIs. He's been really good this year after a down season last year. Wesniak, the average is a little low, but the on-base percentage is in the same spot. Slugging is down a little bit, but he's still on pace for 38 and 119 to go along with 95 walks. So he's been really good. Joey Gallo, playing for that contract, man, on pace for 35 home runs, 110 RBIs, 4 WAR, an average of close to 290, which, where he's not going to hit 290. I can't imagine that's where the average ends up, but right now I'll take it. Gabriel Arias has been really everything we could have wanted at shortstop. 264, 311, 511. His OPS plus at 99, so he's been just below average with the bat. But when you factor in his defense, he has been, and the fact that he's cheap, I mean, he's making 2.6. He's everything we needed at shortstop. His second base partner, again, he's there for his defense, and he's getting it done defensively at second base. Our middle infield defense has been terrific. Batting leadoff, he's doing fine. 352 on base percentage. He's not, he's below average, but he's getting on base, and that's really all I need him to do out of the leadoff spot. Drew Jones, starting to hit the ball a little bit better. I mean, he had 208 in April, 292 in May. Flashing a little bit of power, playing good defense. We can live with his bat in center field with everything else going the way it is. Same with Drew Romo. He's not really hitting right now either. 255, 330, 360. Not hitting for any power, and that's a little concerning. He had 23 home runs a year ago. He's on pace for 6 this year. But the defense is there. So my Drews, I'm fine with. Angel Hanau has got that average up over 320. Still just looking for that defense to continue to improve. He is slated to be our starting second baseman next year, so he's going to have to, the defense is really going to have to pick it up. I don't want to take a huge hit, because offense is fine. I don't want to take a huge hit defensively going from Kiner-Falefa down to Hanau. Langley, backup catcher, he's been fine. No complaints there. Jamison Hanna hitting 340. Yeah, he hit a $188 in April. I said his time might finally be up, and then he came back with a 419, 500, 548 line in May. Jamison Hanna continues to be one of my favorite players from this playthrough. He's one of the few players who's been with us since the beginning. And he has been fine in that role as a bench player for us, and he has been absolutely everything you could want out of a fourth outfielder. Luke Lito, 800 on base percent, or OPS rather, OPS plus just below 200. But I mean, he's been fine as that 25th man on the roster who can literally do it all. Let's quickly look at the pipeline. Not the Red Sox. The Rockies. So Denny, we talked about him. He's ready now. I mean, you look at his numbers: 2-1, 3-1-6 down in AAA, 25 hits in 31 innings, only 6 walks. He's a ground ball pitcher. I just don't have any place to put him right. I don't have any place to play him right now. There's nobody he's going to displace right now. Drew Jones is already up. Negron is still in the international complex. Pacheco, we talked about, he's mashing the ball. Got over 1,000 OPS. He'll likely be up at roster expansion. Quintanilla is the number 99 prospect. Caedmon Parker, or Saedmon Parker. He'll be up next year, too. I don't really have a spot for him at the moment, but Freeland is likely trade bait. I mean, he's been pretty good. He's hitting the ball well down in AAA. I just don't have any place to play him. He's behind Lito now, as well as Jose Ramirez. So we may as well try to get something out of him. Carter Smith, we've talked about. Chad Horn is an A-ball. And he was our number 2 pick last year. He's still, ground ball pitcher, 98 to 100. When the stuff develops, he's going to be kind of that Glasnow replacement, same style of pitcher. Wagner is up now. Rycroft Miles is in AAA. He's not quite ready, but control. I like Spencer Miles. You need to have these types of players on your pitching staff to kind of throw the opposition off a little bit. You get all these hard throwers, and then all of a sudden you get this guy coming in throwing in the low 90s and keeps the ball on the ground. So we just have so much depth in our minor league system. It's crazy. We have 15 players in the top 500. It's really out of control. So, all right. Well, we need to get into June here. And we start off with San Francisco, followed by 3 at Oklahoma City. So let's see if June can be as successful as May was. It starts off with a 6-4 win. So we were 20-7 in April, 24-5 in May, and 1-0 here in June. We score 5 in the 7th and 8th to come from behind. Gallo, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Joe Adell with a pinch hit, 2-run homer. Patino doesn't pick up the win, but he only gives up 3 runs in 7 innings. Gonsolin gets the win. Foley picks up the save. 45-12. Now we go to Oklahoma City for 3. And we lose. Wow. Okay. That was unexpected. Game 2 against Oklahoma City is another loss. And then the final game. That is shocking that we just got swept by Oklahoma City. They're better than they have been, but still under 500. And they just swept us. Wow. Okay. So what does that do to our lead? One game. Yep, we have a one-game lead now after losing 3 straight. We're 45-15, and we have a one-game lead. That's crazy talk. All right, so we get a day off. And the most amazing thing is we only gave up 10 runs in three games, and we lost all 3 games. All right, so we got 3 games at home against Philadelphia. We need to break this losing streak right now. We do in a big way. 14-5. We were up 14-0 through 5 innings. 3 hits and 7 runs knocked in for Ramirez. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Gallo. 4 hits, 4 runs scored for Kiner Falefa. Ramirez homers and doubles. Win goes to Dunn to improve to 7-2. So nice bounce back victory there. Game number 2 against Philadelphia is a 9-8 win. So we're now 3-3 on the month. Another walk-off win. Bullpen gave it up in the 7th and 8th. Gave up 7 runs in the 7th and 8th inning, but we were able to come from behind. Duplantier got smoked in that one. 5 runs in an inning and a third. Detmers picks up the win. Patino continues to pitch well. Romo homers, Gallo homers. Ramirez is absolutely on fire. 11 RBIs in his last 2 games. An on-base percentage of over 400. He's slugging over 600. Obviously, that means his OPS is over 1,000. And we look for the sweep here over Philadelphia. 6-3 win. 4 runs in the 7th. It looks like Ramirez hits a grand slam in that one. So Jose Ramirez in his last 4 games, he is 6, 7, 8 for 17 with 4 home runs and 16 RBIs in his last 4 games. Wow. Okay. Ben Guest goes 6 1/3, but because we took the lead in the 7th, Medina picks up the win. Gonsolin the hold, Foley the save. Arias 2 for 4, got that average up over 270. So we look to win our 4th straight here in New York. And we're going to have a pretty good draft pick this year, too. We lose 5-1. All right, so we're 4-4 here in June. Game number 2. It's a 7-3 victory. We're 49-16. Gallo 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Adele 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Ramirez 2 more hits. 2 home runs for Adele, 1 for Gallo, 1 for Ramirez. That 3-headed monster in the middle of our lineup is just outstanding. Glasnow picks up the win. 7-3. It's time for the draft pool announcement. So let's look at... So we're picking 17th. So they think we are going to take who? Danny Fisher. Wow, he's a pretty good bat. JUCO freshman out of Des Moines Area Community College in Boone, Iowa. Not going to hit for a lot of contact, but that's probably my favorite profile. The high gap power, high home run, high eye and discipline. That's good for a 240 average, 250 average with 30 home runs and a 380 on base percentage. Draft pool. Wow, this guy, he'll likely be the number 1 pick out of SIU, the Salukis down in Southern Illinois. A lot of good offensive talent here. Dave Moog. Wonder if he's any relation to Andy. Yeah, got some good offensive talent and pitching-wise. A ton of 2.5-star and up starting pitching prospects. So I think it's safe to say we can go offense with our first pick and then still have a pretty good second-round pick there waiting for us. So that's good to know. All right, it's time to continue. We need to take the series here against the Mets. We lose 7-0, so a bit of a struggle this month. We're 5-5 here in June. Game 1 against Pittsburgh. An 8-1 loss. 5-2 loss. We've hit a bump here, guys. We've lost 4 out of 5. We win 8-2. We are still in first place at 50-19. That lead is 1 game over the Dodgers. Yeah, it's been a challenge. We're 6-7 this month. All right, so what happened here? Connor Falefa, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Ramirez, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Langley had a couple of hits. Leiter picks up the win. He's 6-3. He hasn't won in a while. That ERA is up to 2.92. So yeah, we've hit our first rough patch of the year. Aaron Judge hit his 300th home run. All right, so what's going on? And it's hard to tell from looking at this because we still have the best offense in the National League and the second best pitching staff in the American League. It looks as though, yeah, I mean, all of our starting pitchers have been fine. Our bullpen looks okay with the exception of Smith and Bennett. So I don't know that there are a lot of changes I want to make. And defensively, we've been great. So I think this is just more a bump in the road than anything else. Yeah, I mean, Drew Jones isn't really hitting. We get Veen back in 3 weeks. Yeah, but I mean, that's really bad. I mean, no real complaints. I mean, nothing I can really sit here and say, this has to get better. Well, let's take our first look at the trade block. So we get Kyle Keller on the trade block from Jacksonville. Ratings look pretty good. He's 1-3 this year. I mean, there aren't really any pitchers. I mean, I guess I could make a run at someone like Kyle Keller or, maybe a Matt Foster who's pitched okay for the White Sox this year. No. Jackson Reese, he's a ground ball pitcher. He's been okay. Clark Schmidt just absolutely melting down this year with the Red Sox. So we made the right decision there. 1-8 with a 7.68 ERA in Boston. I mean, what would it take? Let's just start to. Yeah, I mean, they want basically nothing for him. Okay. And that might give us the opportunity to send Carter Smith down, who is not getting it done. ERA of 7, give him an opportunity to sort of hone that craft in AAA a little bit. So we can get him for nothing. What about Foster? They want more for Foster. But again, I mean, we could give up a AAA piece like Nick Solak, who isn't going to come up at all. So do we want to pull that trigger now? He wants to be the closer. It looks like he's been pretty good as a reliever. Not so much as a starter. But as a reliever, he looks like he's been fine. I mean, he's coming off a really nice season with the White Sox. Almost over 1.5 WAR. Got an ERA plus of 1.24 this year. Keller, it's been around a long time. And he hasn't been all that good in the majors. Foster is more proven. So I think we're going to make a move here for Matt Foster, and that's going to let us send Carter Smith down. I'd like to not give up. We can give up Jeff McNeil. He's wrecked. I don't know why he's in rookie ball for us, but I'll give you Jeff McNeil. Yep, let's pull the trigger there. So we pick up another bullpen arm, which is going to allow us to send Carter Smith down, whose ratings suggest he should be better than he is, but he's struggling this year. So Foster will come in as a middle reliever. So we make our first move. I guess let's look at the trade block batter-wise. So Willie Castro's on there. He's out for 5 to 6 weeks. I don't really need a middle infielder. Kevin Biggio might not be bad as that multi-purpose player, but we don't need to make that move yet. And he's not very good defensively. If we were going to replace anybody in the lineup, who would it be? I mean, I don't want it to be Drew Jones. I mean, he's got to work through this. And I don't want to sacrifice the defense, and we have Zach Veen coming back. So there's really nobody offensively that I would look to replace. So I think it's just the pitching staff that we want to keep an eye on, I think. So let's keep going through June here. 3 games at St. Louis. 4-2 loss. Followed by a 4-3 victory. Dunn picks up the win. Foster gives up a run in a third of an inning, but Dunn pitches well. Foley gets his 20th save. Drew Romo hits his 4th home run of the year. And let's look for the series win against St. Louis. We don't. Man, we are having a rough go of it here. 7-9 this month. All right, well, we got 3 games going into the All-Star break, so let's hope for some magic here going into the All-Star break. Joey Gallo, back spasms. He's out day-to-day for 4 days. That's fine. We went 4-2. Gabriel Arias hits a 3-run home run. Ben Guess picks up the win, goes to 7-4. Luke Lito, 2 2/3 shutout innings. Big win there. As we look to go into the All-Star break here strong. Game 2 against Washington is a 7-1 win. And, of course, we lose Matt Foster almost immediately. All right, so he goes on the DL, the IL, I guess. And do we go right back to Carter Smith? I think I'm going to go Brett Conine, the extreme ground ball pitcher. He's pitched pretty well in AA or in AAA this year. We're going to go Brett Conine. So we win 7-1. Jack Leiter picks up the win. Joe Adell been struggling a bit lately, but 2 hits, 3 RBIs here. Drew Jones, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 home runs for the youngster. Romo homers, Adell homers, Ramirez 2 more hits. Leiter goes 7. McCartier and Duplantier lock it down. And let's take a look at the All-Star voting. So in the National League, we have Jack Leiter, Louis Patino. Those are the only 2 pitchers. Jack Leiter, Louis Patino. Okay. Offensively, Jose Ramirez, Zach Veen, Joe Adell. So we have 5 players total. Yeah, Adell, Veen, Ramirez, Patino, and Leiter make the All-Star game for the Rockies. And the All-Star prospects, Jim Denny, Alex Freeland, and that's it. So we get Denny and Freeland. Okay. All right, so let's play this last game before the All-Star break and see if we can go in with a 3-game winning streak. We do. We win 3-1. So that's a nice bounce back 3-game series against a bad Nationals team that we should have beaten. 3-1. RBIs from Ramirez and Gallo. Gallo hits his 17th. Glasnow strikes out 14 in 7 innings. That's a nice start for Tyler Glasnow. He's on pace to go 17-9 with 266 strikeouts on the year. Those are ace numbers. All right, let's keep going. All right, so let's see if we can see the All-Star game. Right there. So the National League beat the American League 10-9. Jose Ramirez started and batted leadoff, went 1 for 3. Joe Adell had 1 at bat. He walked. And who else made the All-Star team for us? Zach Veen, but Veen's hurt. So Ramirez goes 1 for 3 with a run scored. And Adell walked in his only plate appearance. Pitching-wise, Patino goes an inning, strikes out 2. And that's it. Leiter didn't pitch, which is fine with me. Okay. So we're coming out of the All-Star game playing 3 games at Cincinnati, followed by 3 at home versus Milwaukee, and then we'll call it an episode. So game 1, it's a 5-4 loss. So coming out of the All-Star break, continuing to be up and down this month. Game 2, a 6-4 win. We scored 4 in the 7th there to take the lead. Wozniak, 4 RBIs. Leiter goes 5, gives up 2 runs. Bennett gets the win. Conine comes in, pitches, gives up 3 hits, but no runs. Detmers and Foley lock it down. We'll look at the standings when we get to the end of the month. We're gonna be 50. We're gonna have almost 60 wins through June, and we're gonna be like a game up. So here's the 3rd game against Cincinnati. It's a 3-2 loss. So again, not a fantastic month. 11-11. 3 straight wins here over Milwaukee would be certainly helpful. First game is an 11-1 victory. All right. So let's look at the box score real quick. So that's a big win over a 500 Brewers team. Kind of for Leifa, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Ramirez, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Adele, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Arias, 4 hits. Langley, 3 runs. Ben Guess goes to 8-4. McCartier and Duplantier do their thing. Adele and Ramirez homer. All right. So he's happy here. He's not happy with our stolen bases. He wants us to re-sign Joey Gallo. I don't know that that's going to happen, especially given that his power is now down to a 76. He's not happy with our attendance. He's worried with our progress. We need to bring everybody back. Things are looking good. Let's get everybody back here. Bob Wickman has been just an unbelievable scout for us. The fact that we're investing a ton of money into our minor league and into everything else is obviously helpful. $21 million into scouting, 24 into development. We are up 28% here. We're going to get a bump in our budget next year, I believe. All right, so we went 11-1. So Sunday has been a good day for us. We're 4-0 on Sundays this month. Game number 2. 10-6 loss. Okay. Game 3 and the final game of this episode is a 4-2 victory. So we go into July. We're a game out of first place. We're 57-24 and a game out of first place. I hate this game. I hate this game. All right, so nothing crazy offensively. 2 runs for Ramirez, Wozniak, homers. Dunn picks up his 9th win of the year, going 5 2/3 shutout. Conine, another scoreless outing. Foley, 24 saves. All right, so if we look at the standings, the Dodgers are a game up at 58-23. We are 57-24 and a game out of first place. And only a game out of third with a 700 winning percentage. Leaders in the National League, Eloy Jimenez of the Braves, Michael Brantley, followed by Jose Ramirez. Bellinger leads in home runs, Tatis and Adolfo. Bellinger leads in RBIs, or he's tied with Ramirez. Bellinger leads in OPS. Ramirez is second. So it's right now Cody Bellinger is in the lead for the NL MVP with Jose Ramirez not that far behind him. Jack Leiter third in the National League in ERA. Justin Dunn first in wins. Glasnow is third in strikeouts, leads in WAR. Foley is third in saves. This National League West is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what to do with this. DeGrom is hurt. That'll potentially help us. But they keep, where does this guy come? 10th round pick, 307th overall. He is crazy good. They do have a 1-star starter as their number 5 guy, though. So, they've got some good talent on the big league roster. Some of it's getting a little old. Mookie Betts, 33. Contact is a 47 now. Corey Seager doesn't look all that good anymore. Bellinger is great. Torkelson is hitting the ball pretty well. Gavin Lux still looks to be pretty good. Bogarts is 33. So, they look okay. But do they look 58-23 okay? Not really when you look at their ratings, but they're getting it done. And then the Padres are actually scarier, frankly, with Keller, Gore, and Haynes as their top three. And then Tatis, of course, C.J. Abrams, one of the top young players in the league. Yeah, they actually look scarier than the Dodgers. But the good thing, I mean, you look at their prospects. Dodgers' top prospect is 79. They have 2 in the top 100. The Padres have nothing in the top 100. And then you come to the Rockies, and we have 4, 13, and 17. So we are set up the best for success here long term, I believe. So let's take a look at end of the month stats, and we'll call it an episode. So pitching-wise, Glasnow, again, leads the National League in WAR for pitchers. He's 8-4, struck out 130 in 95 innings. He's been an ace. He hasn't been our best pitcher, but he's been an ace. Leiter has been. It all finally clicked this year for Jack Leiter in his 3rd full season. He's cut his ERA down by 2 runs over last season. 2.5 WAR already. Patino has been just an outstanding offseason pickup for us. Everything we could have wanted, and we have him in the 5-hole. Our top 5 starters, man, this is just unbelievable. We have the best pitching staff in baseball. Justin Dunn has been our worst pitcher, and he's over a WAR through. I just want to see something. We have so much young talent. What can we do? What can we get for a Justin Dunn, just out of curiosity? I don't really have any desire to trade him right now, but yeah, I mean, there's some talent here. Honestly, I would have expected more than that. But, maybe we can mess around a bit and find something long-term that, he's really good. Fermin is really good. Maybe we can package something together and get a couple of good players or a prospect. I'm not looking at prospects, but just a thought. I don't want to make any moves. I don't want to trade one of my top 5 starters right now. If we move on from somebody like Justin Dunn, it's going to be in the offseason. It's not going to be during the regular season. All right, so pitching. Foley has been great as our closer. Detmers continues to pitch well. Really our entire bullpen, with the exception of Bennett and then Smith, who we sent down, has pitched really well this year. Bennett could be a potential trade chip. He's only 27, and in a ballpark other than Colorado, I think he could be really successful. But 2 home runs per 9 isn't going to get it done. In Colorado, unfortunately. Because he's a starter. Frankly, he's a starter. He's just never going to be a starter for us. So yeah, there are not a lot of deals out there for him. But again, that's something we can take a look at down the road. And even Duplantier, who's sporting a negative WAR, is only allowing hitters to hit 194 against him. He's walking too many, which is to be expected when you look at his control. But a 3.49 ERA, 194. Excuse me. Opponent batting average. As that last guy in my bullpen, and as a guy that we picked up as a waiver wire pickup in 2022, I would say that's pretty solid. Lineup-wise, our offense just continues to mash. Even though it appears to be down a little from last year, we're still getting it done. Ramirez is having an absolutely fantastic season. Bounce back year for sure. Already has almost as many home runs this year as he had last year. He's on pace for 7.5 WAR. Worth every penny that we threw at him prior to the 2024 season. Joe Adell, even if he declines, he's still worth it. Even if we only get another year out of him at this, because eventually, he's 33, so eventually these ratings are going to start to drop. But, when that happens, he'll still be worth it. Joe Adell continues to have a nice bounce back year, still on pace for 38 and 110, playing good defense. Gabriel Arias and Drew Romo are both high up on this list because of their defense. Arias is still slightly below average OPS plus wise, but putting up an 800 OPS, on pace for 26 home runs and playing Gold Glove level defense. Same thing with Romo. Power's coming back here a little bit. He's up to 6 home runs, on pace for 12. He's hitting 280 now. on pace for 38 doubles, so he might be sacrificing the home run power for some extra base power and still just elite defensively. Kiner Falefa, again, sort of an empty batting average at 285, only 16 extra base hits, but getting it done defensively and putting up a 360 on base percentage is fine. It allows him to get on in front of those players who are just having great seasons. Wozniak's struggling a bit this year. 17 home runs. I mean, I say he's struggling. He's on pace for 34 home runs, 100 RBIs, 90 walks, and an 817 OPS. But compared to last year, yeah, I would say he's struggling a bit. Joey Gallo, average at 250. Home run power starting to drop. That had been in the 80s. It's now down to 76. But he is on pace for his highest batting average as a Rocky. This will likely be the last year for Mr. Gallo. He was worth every single penny of that $25 million contract. 5 straight seasons of at least 40 home runs, 4 with us. Has been good for at least 2.7 WAR every year. This was a great first signing for us. I feel like it gave us a real threat in the lineup that we could work kind of around him. And now, still hitting really well. Again, he'll likely be that starting second baseman next year. Langley and Hanna doing great jobs as backups. Drew Jones, average down to 225. The average is a little light, but again, he's doing it defensively. He's showing a little bit of power. I mean, if he ends up the season with 14 home runs and 30 doubles, I'm not going to complain about that. So that is where we stand offensively. We'll go back to the pipeline. So we got Denny, who is just continuing. He slipped a little bit in June. 69 hits in 59 innings. He's ready. He's ready to come up. But again, I don't really have a spot for him. So we'll just continue to let the development happen in AAA. Julio Negron looks like he got better. He is in rookie ball right now, so he'll be starting here shortly. Luke Leiter, we've talked about. Pacheco is continuing to hit OPS of close to 900. He's never going to be a good defensive player, but you can see he's getting some ratings out and left, which is good. In case Zach Veen continues to decline, we have a ready-made backup. And once this rating gets into the green, I'll probably switch him to right field and get him some time in right field as well. After being a Red Sox fan, having Enrique Hernandez, Marwin Gonzalez, and watching how Alex Cora kind of puts together the Red Sox lineup, I absolutely love having players who can play multiple positions, which is why I love Luke Leiter and players like that. Just flexibility is what I want. Caedmon Parker, again, I mean, he could be in the starting rotation right now. I don't have a place to put him. So I don't want to trade either Parker or Denny. I don't think you make deals for pitchers like that. I think you let those pitchers develop. Quintanilla was an international guy last year, still in the international complex. Freeland is hitting, but again, he may be that player that we look to move because he, as I said before, he's behind Luke Leiter and Jose Ramirez. I don't know where he's going to play. He's very good defensively. He can play shortstop, but I don't know what I'm going to do with Freeland yet. Carter Smith, how's he doing down in AAA? He's starting. So, yeah, his ratings have dropped a little bit because he's starting. So he'll be up soon. He's probably not thrilled, but it's probably a good thing to give him some time down in the minors. Like I said, he hadn't pitched higher than AA. Chad Horn, I think, is ready to be called up to AA ball. Yeah, he's been really good in single A, so we will promote him there. Let him continue to get some stuff done. Cole Wagner is 2 for 9 in his time in the bigs. Once Veen comes back, he'll get sent down. Rycroft is in rookie ball. Spencer Miles is in AAA, pitching really well, but again, I don't have a place to call him up. Elijah Hamill's hitting the ball well. His issue is that he's never going to be a good enough defensive player to play for us, so he's somebody I could see us packaging and moving on from. 22-year-old shortstops who can hit. They don't grow on trees. Anybody else that we want to look at really quickly? We've got a lot of pitching depth. We got Bobby Johnson and Kostichak down in AAA. Harold Cabrera, he's come out of nowhere. Not that he's that good, but let's do this real quick. Resort. Jackson Ferris was our first-round pick in 2022. Seems to have stagnated a bit. We'll let him get some time in rookie ball, I guess. I got to clear out my rookie team. I got 117 players there. I'm not going to get any development. I don't think I need to really do anything else. It's time for the international signings. I mean, that's going to be next episode. So if we look at this player development real quick, we've already looked at everybody, so we've already seen this stuff. But Detmer's dropped a little bit. Smith dropped a little bit. Guest got better. Foster got better. I would like to get him back. He comes back in a month. So we'll get him back at the trade deadline, which will be good. Snodgrass. Bobby Snodgrass got better. 4th-round pick, ground ball pitcher, good fastball, good changeup. He was one of those pitchers I think that we drafted based off of his pitch quality. And this is kind of what I was hoping for. You hope for some sort of random talent bump. And if he can end up with an 88 stuff, a 50 movement, and a 32 control with these pitches and being a ground ball pitcher, he can be an effective bullpen piece. Gilbert Saunders III. Wow, we got some really low-end development out of some of these players. Devin Rycroft looks like he could be a back-of-the-rotation guy. Cool. AL Batter of the Month, Marcelo Zuna of the Red Sox. Ozzie Albies in the National League. Emerson Hancock wins the AL Pitcher of the Month. NL Pitcher of the Month goes to Julio Urias of the Dodgers. AL Rookie of the Month is Carter Daniels. And in the National League, it is again Evan Sierra. So that's it. We're 57-24, and we're in second place. I think, playoffs are definitely on the agenda this year. Even if we finish third in the National League West, we are 13 games up, or 14 games up, I guess, in the wild card race right now. So it's a matter of holding on, trying to win the division so we don't have to play the wild card game against either San Diego. And that's really the key here. We want to win the division because if we don't, we're going to be playing as the second best team, playing the third best team in all of baseball. The top 3 teams in baseball all reside in the NL West. So winning the division is critical so that we can avoid that first round matchup against either the Dodgers or the Padres. So, let me know, guys, if you think there are any moves that we should make to look to solidify the team other than getting Foster and Veen back, which will both be internal improvements. If there's anything else you feel like we should do, let me know. I don't really have to move any of these prospects yet, although, down the road it might make sense to see if maybe we can find a better shortstop or a better second baseman, or I don't know. I mean, things are going pretty well right now, so, everything we're talking about is hypothetical. So, as always, guys, let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you watching. Drop a subscribe here on the GM Games channel. Drop a subscribe over on my channel at Around the World Sports. Follow GM Games Discord. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.